Hello everyone, welcome to Project 5 of the Electronics Engineering Kit, Alternating Lights. In this project, we will be using an Arduino Nano to power 3 LEDs and create an alternating lights pattern. To complete this project, you will need one Arduino Nano, one breadboard, 4 male-to-male jumper wires, 3 220 ohm resistors, and 3 LEDs. This project is intended to teach you about the Arduino. Prior to packing all of the boxes, I coded each of the Arduinos with code, and I made sure that some of the pins output electricity and then stop, and then output it again and then stop. And it will also teach you how to work with multiple components at the same time, because we'll be powering 3 separate LEDs. Now let's create our circuit. I've already placed the Arduino on the breadboard, so the next step would be placing all of our LEDs. I like to make sure that the ground of the LED, or the shorter end, is on my left-hand side, and this will be the case for every single one of these LEDs. Make sure they're all in different rows as well, because we don't want them to mix with each other and share the same power. Now let's use the resistors to connect the grounds of the LEDs to the negative power rail of the breadboard. Here we want to make sure that we're using 1 resistor per LED. Now that we've connected the resistors, we now want to connect all of the grounds of the LED to the ground of the Arduino. That's why in all of my projects, I've had you connect the resistor to this negative power rail and then connect it to the ground of the Arduino. Helps prepare you when you're using multiple components in your circuit. Now all we need is 1 wire to connect all of the grounds of the LEDs to the ground of the Arduino. Now let's use our remaining wires to power our other 3 LEDs. Here, make sure you're using the digital pins of the Arduino instead of the 5V, because I've coded certain pins to turn on and then off. So they're going to output 5 volts of electricity and then stop for a moment and then do it again to help create this alternating lights pattern. So I like to have the pattern going from blue to green, or left to right. And to do that, I would power and use digital pin 3 and connect that to the power of the blue wire. I will then use digital pin 4 and power the white LED. And I'll finally use this yellow wire to power the green LED. And I'll do that by connecting digital pin 5 to the LED's power. To explain the circuit a little further, we will be individually powering each of these LEDs using the digital pins. As you know, the Arduino is programmable, and I programmed that each of these digital pins output 5 volts of electricity and then pause, and then output 5 volts of electricity and then pause. into an alternating pattern. So what will happen is that digital pin 3 will output 5 volts of electricity, and then digital pin 4 will output 5 volts of electricity. And then finally, digital pin 5 will output 5 volts of electricity. And then digital pin 3 will then pause, digital pin 4 will then pause, and then digital pin 5 will then pause, creating an alternating lights pattern. Now, let's power the circuit. Here, I'm using a USB-C wire and a power bank, but you can use your nearest outlet. As you can see, these lights are alternating because of the digital pins. Congratulations, you've completed Project 5 of the Electronics Engineering Kit, Alternating Lights.